So before we get into the teaching today, we are going to go over overview of what we went over last week, which was episode number 12. I'm going to pull my sheet up. It's quick and simple. It was a small passage that came from Luke chapter 11, verses 5 to 13, in which we also recognize you can find the same teaching similar to Luke in Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 through 12. And the theme was ask, seek, and knock. Persistent in prayer and the Holy Spirit. So I do have my cross-reference. I did not have any word study to share on today, but let's get to the reflection. Because what Luke and Matthew does, and of course we're going to go through Mark, we did some foundation of who was Luke, who was Matthew. We know that Luke was not a disciple. He wrote based on what he investigated, and he wrote letters to Theophilus. And Matthew was a disciple of Yeshua, and so is Mark, which we're going to go in Mark and the book of Mark today. One thing that Yeshua was teaching was the essence of the law and the prophet, and that is how you treat people. You do not know truly how the Father expects you to treat people unless you go through the law and the prophet. And I know you heard it said that you can abandon. You don't have to go into the law and prophets, because you just have to focus on these two greatest commandments: love the Lord thy God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul, and to love your neighbor. Again, the essence of that, the way the Father expects you to do it, is written in the law and in the prophets. And that's what people are not teaching. They're not teaching you the biblical hermeneutics that we talked about last week, because there is a Greek and Roman mindset that we have here, mainly in the United States. We mainly have that, and there's other places too, have that mindset. And what we're supposed to be going is back to that Hebrew thought, the root of the word, and that's how we miss the understanding of the word, because we have this Greek and Roman mindset that I say that is mixed. I know a lot of people say Greek mindset, but I can see the Greek and the Roman mixed together. What was so important is that Yeshua was teaching that the Father would not uphold, withdraw, or prevent any way for you to receive this special gift. He says, ask, seek, and knock. He will not hold this gift of the Holy Spirit from you. The Holy Spirit, in the 7 spirits we were talking about, the Holy Spirit, the knowledge, the wisdom, strength, understanding, counsel, and respect of the Father in heaven, is that Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is what's going to help you walk out the ordinance and the statutes and the instructions from the Father. This is the purpose of the Holy Spirit, because we need it, because it will bring us to the remembrance of our mind there's something that we're missing the mark. It will help us understand that we missed the mark. So this is what we spoke about last week. And this week, and today in the introduction, I should say, it is the 7 spirits along with the 9 gifts, manifestation, the ministration, the demonstration of the Holy Spirit that we need on today. We have come so far, like I said, from the word of Jehovah, and stuck in us, stuck in our mindsets and our heart that we're fighting against is the tradition of man. And that is what's getting us stuck. And I'm praying that we will get unstuck and be able to walk and demonstrate the kingdom like the Son Yeshua did. The application: I will continue to do my best to walk out the word, that lifestyle, to be led by the Holy Spirit like his Son, to follow the greatest commandments, which means that I'm paying attention, I'm studying how the Father expects me to follow to greatest commandments by understanding the Torah and the prophets and the writings. Actually, all of that together gives me the understanding by we following the Son who's teaching it in a way that no man has ever been able to teach it or ever will be. Questions I have today: who do we follow? We're following the Messiah. Now, throughout this teaching of teaching me how to pray, what we've been focused on is, does this mean anything I should receive that I ask for? I want us to pay attention to that, because people can ask for things, one, they're not good for them. So no, he's not saying anything that you ask for, you will receive, because it depends on your desire of your heart, because you can be asking for something that's not right, that's in your heart, because the heart is wicked and it can be very deceitful. We can be asking for other people's husbands and wives and families and houses and cars. So we have to be careful with covenants of someone else's things. And it's easy to be caught up into that. So again, I will leave my sheet up, give you time to ask questions, make comments, or share your thoughts about the overview.